Welcome to the call. Ann Rose, I see you just came on. Welcome. This is I anticipated today was going to be a little light because there were things going on all over the world this weekend. In the United States, the Win Networks team did 6 presentations every other hour all day long, building excitement, building teams. And I know they did the same thing in Africa, both in South Africa and in Kenya. This business is just booming everywhere we look. So welcome to this call. This call is called Monday with Dale. It's a call that I put on every Monday, just basically to keep people up to date, keep the communication flowing. This is a type of business that network marketing is a type of business that you can't just do it on your own. You have to have a community. You have to have a family to work with, because you're going to have good days. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have days when you wonder why you're still doing this. And you're going to have days where you're just above the moon because things are going so well. Excuse me, just a moment. I just had my second COVID shot a couple days ago, and it's still reacting with me a little bit. So again, what I wanted to create here for anybody who's new is this. I wanted to create a family type atmosphere. I want us to realize we're in this all together. A rising tide lifts all ships. There's people on this group that I financially benefit from, not at all. Okay, but that's okay, because if we're all in this together and we're all helping the company grow, we're all helping each other. Again, a rising tide lifts all ships. So that's bottom line is I want this to be a place for a community, a family. I want us to be able to keep up to date. I want us to learn from a lot of different people. I interview different people every week on this, and you get to see so many different perspectives that you're guaranteed to find somebody that you're going to relate to. Okay. Now, at this point in time, I'm going to share my screen, and I'm just going to show you. When we're talking about communication, I do want to show you some stuff that can certainly help you. So let me just share this real quickly. Okay. Get out of there. Okay. Hopefully everybody can see my screen. This is basically a program that we created for my team or anybody who wants to learn from us. The lady who worked this with me, she basically wanted to brand me so people know easily how to find me. So we created DaleFranklin.net. Okay, you go to DaleFranklin.net and you'll get to this spot. It's, again, as it says here, we're providing opportunities, shaping legacy, which I truly believe we're doing. It's the ability to be trained and given everything you need to succeed. And once you've succeeded, having the ability to have something to leave to your children and grandchildren. Okay. So I want to just go through this real quick, because this is kind of a new way to help you guys get all the information you need so you can work on a daily basis. Now, obviously, here we have a opportunity presentation by Chris Bailey. You can use this. You can play this over and over again. You can use this as a tool to present. We upgrade this. I see different people presenting all the time, and we put different people here, and they're always going to be put in the library. So you can pick somebody that you really like, and you can work with them. So again, this is the home page. We have an opportunity blog that we just kind of try to keep people up to date on what's going on. There's a little spot here about who is Dale. It gives you a little bit of history on me and why I got into this business. But the most important thing is connections. Okay. And when we go to connections, this is where everything we talk about is right here. If you've got people on your team that don't know how to do Zoom, there's a way to. Here's the directions on how to subscribe to it. There's the application for connecting to Telegram, to WhatsApp, to follow me on Facebook. There's all the groups that we have that are that help us be successful, like the Win Network, win testimonials, Team We, which is Chris Bailey's team out of Maryland. All you have to do is click on this and you can get in. You can follow My Daily Choice, the corporate My Daily Choice on Facebook just by clicking there. And you can subscribe to me on YouTube just by clicking here. Now, the beautiful thing about the YouTube part is every one of our presentations that we do every Monday are on here. So I've got this set at videos, but if you get this to the back here and you don't know where to go and it doesn't show you all of them, just click on videos. It'll bring you right to here, which we have that set as the default. So if you go into dalefranklin.net and take it from there, it'll bring you right here. But here are all the trainings, all the interviews. There's stuff here on the back office, trainings from the back office. There's new affiliate training. There's all kinds of things here that can benefit you. So I hope you'll look back here at some of the stuff that we've done prior. I mean, there's been some phenomenal trainers, phenomenal people that I've been fortunate enough to interview. And you can really get a perspective of how great this business is and how it's growing. So I'm gonna get out of this, but I just wanted you guys to know that you can easily reach out through dalefranklin.net, and basically anything that you need for this business as far as connections is there. Okay, we didn't create it so much as to promote myself as just to give you a place to go and get the information you need. Now, on top of all that, one of my associates, Jody Levanway, she also sends out daily updates on both WhatsApp and Telegram that lets you know what's going on the next day. So if you have somebody who you want to present to, or have somebody you need some training, you can go and look each day. You're going to get if you're hooked to us, you're going to get all the information you need. So you know that 9 o'clock Monday night, Jermaine and Chris Robinson are doing their training. On Tuesdays, it's Lennon Ledbetter. On Wednesdays, it's Chris Bailey. On Thursdays, it's a couple different people doing closeouts. So again, we keep you up to date on everything you need to know to build this business, because again, as I can't emphasize enough, communication is key. You've got to be able to know what's going on to be able to build. So again, that's something I always run by everybody at the beginning of every Monday. Couple quick things as far as places you can reach out to. The WIN Network has with Alton and Adrian, they have meetings every day and based out of South Africa. We have Chris Bailey's International Opportunity Presentation every Saturday. That's 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time. That's a full opportunity presentation. We have a Zoom opportunity presentation anytime you want one, just by reaching out to any of the leaders and asking for help. I schedule hundreds of these presentations over time. But the beautiful thing about it is we have so many leaders. If you get on there and watch everybody on the Monday night call, the Tuesday night call, the Wednesday night call, and everybody else is doing the work, find out, learn who you really can relate to, who fits your personality, and use them to do the presentation until either you decide you want to do it yourself, or you find leaders in your group that want to do it. Okay, but they're going to be there for a long time. Everybody's going to be there to help you. So if you are the type that don't want to do presentations, all you have to do is be an inviter and invite people to other people's presentations. Okay, so that's how simple and easy this business is. A couple other things. Super Saturday. We have a Super Saturday. We try to do it the first Saturday of every month. May 1st is going to be our next Super Saturday. It's put on by Lennon Ledbetter and Connie, and usually includes Vegas Goss, Chris Bailey, myself, and a few other guests. It's only lasts 90 minutes. It's little 15-minute increments of training. There's updates on what's going on in the company. There is presentations of people who've made rank. It's just kind of a celebration of what happened in the prior month. So again, that happens on the first Saturday of every month. So be aware of that. A couple other quick things before we get started here. The Ukraine is about ready to open. We're hoping to have a soft launch on May 1st, and everything seems to be going to the point where that's going to work. Russia is supposedly 1 month later. So, and then from there, we're going to be building on that whole region. There's like 12 or 13 other countries wrapped around that were part of the old Soviet bloc that we're going to be building. And this is a very fertile market, okay? A lot of people have done very, very well in network marketing over the years in these countries. And so keep that in mind. If you have people that you know in those countries, especially right now with Ukraine, if you know people from that area, reach out to them. If you know people in the United States or in Africa that are part of a group, you know, like for instance, I go on Facebook and look for Ukrainians in New York City. There'll be a group. Ukrainians in Boston. There'll be a group. Ukrainians in South Africa. There'll be a group. I guarantee you. And just start building relationships with them so that you can, even if you don't know anybody in the country itself, you can start building relationships within your own country, and then basically through those people, let them go back to the home country and build. You're going to have people that are going to be able to work with you because they're probably speaking the language of your country, and they speak the language of the country we're trying to open. They understand the culture. They understand everything about it. So you just train them in our languages, and then let them help us build in those countries. So again, just a heads up, this is what's about to happen. And if you can be on the ground floor of a new country opening up, it's always beneficial to you and everybody on your team. So that's that. Next thing is tomorrow is 4/20, April 20th. It's going to be the biggest sale of our year. We don't even know what it is yet. They're going to announce it very soon. But be aware that it's coming. Reach out to your team. If you haven't already, we've been promoting this for a long time now. Make sure that your people know that there's something exciting coming on. Last year, on April 20th, was the biggest day of our whole year last year. They did over $5 million in sales in one day. So just be aware that that's coming. Be prepared, okay? Whatever they offer for a deal, it's usually a fantastic deal, and it'll benefit everybody. So that's all the updates that I try to give everybody every week. Today we got a great guest, Jermaine Johnson. He was here about 2 months ago, and everybody loved him. And I got so many good responses saying, "Hey, you got to have this guy back." Well, he's back, and I couldn't be happier. Let me tell you a little bit about Jermaine. I consider him one of the godfathers of network marketing. He's been doing it for over 30 years. He's been super successful at it. He's made high rank in multiple companies. He's basically been a 7-figure earner, and in this industry, he's a minister. He's a phenomenal public speaker. He's an outstanding motivator and trainer. He's a strategic thinker, but he's also a strategic doer. You know, there is a big difference between somebody that just constantly thinks about something and somebody that actually steps through the door and does the work. And he does both. He plans it and he does it, which it's got my respect to the utmost. So again, he's just got an incredible drive to help people. He's not part of. We're not affiliated financially, and yet we both help each other because we realize that it benefits everybody, and that's just the kind of guy he is. He's a giver. So, Jermaine, can you hear me?
Yes, good brother. Can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely. Welcome to the call.
Oh my God, it is such an honor, and you know, you are just amazing, and your work ethic. I just stand in awe of what you do on a day-to-day, and just the actual light that you bring to the industry itself. And so I applaud you, sir, for what you do. And just to be affiliated with you, it's an honor to be asked to be back with this awesome group of superheroes and sheroes on this call today. And it really touched my heart when you were introducing me and you said that they liked me, and they wanted me to come back, because sometimes you can go places they don't want you to come back. Oh, that's a good thing, I hope. And so I am just excited, sir. Thank you for having me. I know your format, so I'm going to stop talking and just let you do your thing. And whatever I can do and say and just to share, I am an open book and I love to serve. And that's it, brother. But thank you again for having me.
Well, thank you for being here. I, as I told you when we were talking about this, I'm going to give you I'm going to give you 20 to 30 minutes to just give us some open training on what you have, whatever you feel like training us on. I want to give you that kind of leeway. But before we get started on that, there's a few people on the call that might not have been on the call last time, and you have a remarkable story of how you got into the business, how your whole history from the time basically you got started in business and up until the time you joined MDC. So please give us your story. Tell us about you. It's an amazing story, and I'd love to hear it.
See, my story is I used to be broke, and I ain't broke no more. That's all.
Well, please.
Praise God. Praise God. No,
please elaborate on that. Yes.
For any of the guests online, I'm sorry, people are calling me because people are still excited from the weekend, so I'm gonna turn my phone off. But for those of you on the line, for that person on the line, possibly this is the first time that we've ever met. Hi, good morning, good evening, wherever you're calling in from, evening over in Africa. And so I'm Jermaine Johnson. Actually, in the year 2000, I was one of the top 5 youth pastors in the nation. I've been in Charisma, Christianity Today, Promise Keepers, work with Bishop Jakes Blake on the Manpower conventions, all those types of things. I come out of the Grand Old Church of God in Christ. I'm an ordained elder in the Church of God in Christ. So I can marry you or they'll bury you, whichever one. I'll give you a discount. But no, I have fun a lot. But seriously, born and raised, so very traditional Pentecostal, and I say that for a reason. But yet, so I've always had a heart for building people and a passion for building people. But somewhere along the way, God gave me this entrepreneurial spirit, and I've had a gift for building business. Even when I went to college and majored in public administration, then in criminal justice, all those types of things, then on to seminary and all of that. And but still, though, while I was in church at a young age, I saw my grandmother selling Avon, and I didn't know what that was. Didn't know what she was doing way back then, because I was raised by my great grandmother. And then some of the deacons at the church, they began to take me around these multi-level marketing conventions, MLM, network marketing. Ooh, he said the word, yes. She started to take me around those conventions the deacons did. They took me to these A.L. Williams conventions and Amway. And I saw these positive people and people living their dreams, and they weren't broke or they were aspiring to more, and they were reading books and all these types of things. I was like, oh my God, what is going on here? And so as soon as I was old enough, I said, I got to get in this industry, because I've been in church all my life. I love God with all my heart, but it was something about this. I said, man, what is going on here? And I did. I got involved as soon as I was old enough. I think maybe I started at 16 and said I was 18. I don't know. Y'all don't tell nobody, but I got started as soon as I could. And so I say that being transparent because the average millionaire tries about 7 other businesses before they make their first million. And I did everything. So for that person on the line saying, look, I've been there, done that, I promise you, I've done it all. I'm going to be transparent. I've done everything. Amway, Primerica, ACN, XL, candle parties, shoe parties, lingerie parties. Pray for me about that one. Pray for me. I've done everything. Cutco, Kirby, sold the knives and the vacuum cleaners. I sold the legal plans. I made just under $1 million selling legal plans, and it was amazing, man. And then even while doing some of those companies, I was the company's pastor and chaplain. So I did a biblical leadership call for 6 years, 6 a.m. in the morning every day. And people changed their minds on giving up, changed their minds on committing suicide by doing biblical leadership calls within that of network marketing. It was just insane. We had 3,000 people on a morning call every day, speaking words of life. And so it was from there I began to walk in what we call marketplace ministry. And we could reach a lot of those people that would not go to the church anymore. And it was a blessing to see people's lives change, but then also to have a vehicle where people could be financially empowered. And so from there, I'm gonna tell you, look, for every excuse that you hear from people saying all that stuff don't work and all that, look here, I'm a witness, it works. Because seriously, I've been able to travel the world, Korea. I took a company into Korea and we passed over Amway, took them from one person in Korea to 60,000 people in a convention in Korea and all types of things. And just traveling the world. Actually, for everybody says 2020 was just a difficult, yes, it was difficult for the world and people, it was. But 2020 was honestly one of my best years ever. My wife and I, one of our homes in Scottsdale, Arizona, buying property in Tulum, in the Caribbean. Really, it's, man, I'm telling you, 2020 was a great year though for us. And it continues to get better. But that's because we continue to show up. We continue to put the work in when other people quit. I said, I'm not going to give up. And, you know, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. And so I just continue to be consistent. And even when you don't see it happening, it's kind of like that Chinese bamboo tree seed. You know, you got to go out there and water it every day. And I'm sorry, Dale, I'll go off on a tangent. So I'm not going to go into storytelling, but I'm going to come back to my story. So in other words, that's what I've been doing, guys. I'm a product of this product. I'm a product of this industry. This industry is good because I know a lot of people that have a lot of money and they don't have any time. I know a lot of people that they have a lot of time and they don't have any money. This is the one industry where I've seen where it allows you to have both. It gives you freedom, freedom to live life on your terms, the freedom to enjoy life where you don't have to wait on a job, or you don't have to go ask to when can you, or if you can go pick your child up at school and all those types of things. And so in the beginning, everybody talked about me. They said I was crazy. Now everybody in the family calls me to try to borrow money. Nope, I won't loan you any. I'll teach you how. So that's the way we do it. Anyway, Dale, I'll turn it back over to you, brother.
That's phenomenal, Jermaine. Thank you. Thank you. You know, what you said there about time freedom and financial freedom is so true. You know, I have friends that are very, very wealthy, but the reason they're wealthy is because they're working all the time. And so they're kind of prisoners to their wealth. And then you have people that I have friends with that are, you know, have very little money, lots of time, but they've got all this time on their hands, but they can't do anything with it because they don't have any money to do anything. So, you know, you're absolutely right. When you, with our type of business, we can show you how to build businesses and build teams so that you can put in the hours you want to put in when you want to put them in. You know, I have an international team, so I might be doing a presentation at 4 o'clock in the morning, but then I might be able to take, for instance, after this is over today, okay, I left this part of this afternoon open for me because I'm a gardener. I'm going to plant my onions this afternoon. Now, how many people can go out right after 2 o'clock in the afternoon, not have to worry about their job, not have to worry about the time constraints that the job puts on them, and be able to do what you want to do, you know? And for me, on this particular day, it's about putting onions in the ground.
Hey, I love it. I love it. Dale, if I can add one more thing, because
absolutely,
whenever I do these calls, I pray, and there's somebody here on this call that you're saying, well, it sounds like you had it good. And, you know, I'm happy though for you. It's good for you now and all of that. Look, I didn't tell this part of my story, but you got to understand, whoever you are on the call, look, when I got involved in this business, I was broke. I borrowed the money to even get started 30 years ago to get into my first business. So I'm not that far removed from, look, I understand living through crisis and survival. Look, I understand when when leaders say, oh, no, don't focus on the problem, focus on the solution. Well, it's damn hard sometimes to focus on the solution when you can't pay your bills and all of this time. It is. And so I know that. I know if there's one of you on this call, understand, I used to look for pennies on the ground to buy packs of hot dog. I used to walk to the whichever grocery store I could get the cheapest pack of Top Ramen. Some of y'all don't even know about Top Ramen, but I used to look for it either 10 for $1 or 12 for $1. And see, y'all don't know about Top Ramen. And then when you have the water cut off, so you don't have, or the hot water is cut off, and so you can't boil Top Ramen, so you would have to eat Top Ramen just hard as a cracker. See, look, I've been broke. And so I said, and plus I've been on a job. I've been working jobs since I was, 10 or 12, watering lawns. I had a lawn watering business. And so I've always worked, but still on that job though, I saw early on that I was not going to be able to live my dreams. You know, job, I know we playfully say, or we coined it as an acronym, job, J-O-B, just over broke, but it's true. Jobs buy you at wholesale and sell you for retail. And if one thing that all of us on this call should have learned from the last recession is that you want to have multiple streams of income. You see, either you can have leverage or you can be leveraged. And let me convey this to you. If you are the only one contributing to your income, you forfeit your right for financial freedom. I'll say it again. If you are the only one contributing to your income, you forfeit your right for financial freedom. You will never be free that way. And so I learned at an early age because I saw what they were promising my parents and grandparents. Those golden years were not golden. They did not. That doesn't work anymore. When they say the saddest thing here in America is one mother can raise 4 children, but 4 children a day cannot retire one mother. You go to the airport, you see grandparents still working. You go to the Walmart, you see grandparents still working. And so I made a decision that somebody has to change the course of the financial future of our family. And this was the best industry that it could be done. And so that's what I did. But I just worked. And as Dale said, I sacrificed. When I was growing a teen, I had a 66 Mustang. 66, y'all don't understand. Over here in the United States, that's a collector's item car. I sold my 66 Mustang to keep my business going. See, I made the sacrifice. I said, no, I'm willing to give up everything to make this work. I sold a TV. I pawned a TV to be able to go to a convention, right? I got a friend that sold blood to go to a convention. Now, I'm not selling blood, but understand, you got to be willing to dwell in the tears of the moment so you can live in the laughter of a lifetime. Oh my God, I hope you write that down. You must be willing to dwell in the tears of the moment so you can live in the laughter of a lifetime. Anyway, Dale, I'll turn it back over to you.
I love it. You know, when you decide you want to transfuse some blood, I'll take it because I would like to have some of your energy in me, okay?
I love it.
Hey, you know, a couple of things you said there. Now, let's be real, okay? You came up the hard way. I came up. I grew up on a farm, but we always had food on the table. We never had to worry about that. I got into several different businesses as I grew up, and I became financially successful. So when I finally looked at network marketing, I was already financially successful. But as you say, people that are successful are always looking for additional income streams. I don't tell you that I was successful to brag. I tell you it's successful to make you understand that people get in this business for different reasons. Some people get in it because they need it because they just need the financial income that comes from it. And some people in this business tell their stories about how desperate they were when they got in this business and how this saved them. There's other people more like me who were that, you know, the person who brought me into this business was a little intimidated. They knew I was successful already. They didn't know if they should even approach me. And once they approached me, we got halfway through a 17-minute presentation. I told him to shut it off. He thought I was mad. I wasn't mad. I was ready to sign up. he had me 8 minutes into a 17-minute video, right? Because I was looking for more freedom time-wise. I was looking for more income. I was looking for a way to slide into retirement without having to work at all my other businesses until I died, and it gave it to me. So again, I just want everybody to realize don't ever be intimidated. Don't ever think somebody can't get into the business because they're too poor. Don't think that people won't get into this business because they're too wealthy, okay? Because everybody is looking for something. So go ahead, Jermaine.
Because you said that, and I'm just going to help some people out, because you said don't ever think somebody won't get into business because you think they're too poor. Here's the thing: where value is clear, cost is irrelevant. When value is clear, cost is irrelevant. People don't buy what they can afford, they buy what they want. Because I had someone talking to me last night saying, well, can you think people can afford to get in at that price? Please, I've done businesses where our top package in the company was $2,100 to get the big package, $2,100. And we moved them all day long, $2,000. I mean, people would find credit cards to put in $2,100 to get started. And so I'm just telling you, see, and then I had a mentor tell me, and I mean, she just really, she kind of dug into me, because I used to be that type of person, Dale. I would actually, though, make an excuse for other people on why they wouldn't get started. You know, I prejudge. And I did. I often thought about, well, can they afford? The same way I told someone last night, I was that way 10 years ago. Can they afford? And she told me, she said, you need to stop having a welfare mentality. I said, oh my God. I said, how dare you talk to me like that? You know, but when she said that, she said, how dare you live like that? You have a welfare mentality. She said, and she was the one that said, when value is clear, cost is irrelevant. People will find a way to get in, to be a part, but we just haven't put enough value on what's here in this opportunity and these products. When you do that, they'll find a way to be a part.
Anyway. Absolutely. You know, I had this conversation when the last time I was in Africa, and a person told me that they couldn't afford to get into the business. And I said, and they had a nice cell phone. And I said, if you lost your cell phone today, would you go without a cell phone for how long? How long would you go for without a cell phone? Said, I'd have to have another one back tomorrow because I need my cell phone. So I said, how would you find the money for a cell phone? And they said, I'd find it. Well, guess what? This business is the same thing. This business has so much more value than the overall value of that cell phone. If you really see the value of this business, you will find the money. Okay? It's all about priorities. It's all about knowing what's the most important thing. We talked, Jermaine, about letting you kind of go free on some training. So I'm gonna open it up to you now and just kind of let you tell us what you want us to hear. I mean, give us the wisdom that's going to make every one of these people a 25K affiliate within the next 90 days.
Within the next 90 days. Well, within the next 90 days, as you said it like that makes it a lot easier on me, because I didn't know which way you were going. But oh my God, look, Dale, we've already said enough that I mean, people can just go and build now, man. But for the next 90 days, and especially going into tomorrow, let's revisit your goals. Let's revisit your goals, because a goal without a plan is just a wish. You should write that down. A goal without a plan is just a wish. I'm talking to you, Cleo, Cecilia, Elizabeth, Ruth, Dan, Rosalind, Anna Rose, Zax, Warwick, Kate, hey Kate, Leslie, Esther, Apollo, Jennifer, Sally, Gabby, all of you that are listening in. A goal without a plan is just a wish. You got to understand, in life, there's two types of willing. There's those that are willing to work and those that are willing to watch. Say it again. There's those that are willing to work and those that are willing to watch. And so you have a goal, or you should have a goal. And before we even go into that, And before we even start this 90-day run, because the first thing you need to know, Cecilia, that you can change your life. You can change your business, the course, your death. You can change it 90 days. 90-day run can change. 90 days of pain for long-term gain. We used to give every 90 days, we would do a 90-day campaign. And this 90-day campaign, we would give it a name. And 90 days of pain for long-term gain. And so you have to first know that 90 days of all-out sacrifice, I mean laser focus, head down and running, no distractions, because an obstacle is only what you see when you take your eyes off the goal. So before we even do that, let's go about your why. You need to have a why. And I know there's so many teachings on why. You want to have a big why. And I love Simon. If you've never gone on TED Talks and Simon Sinek on having a big why, or Start with Why. That's his book, Start with Why. And he does a brief training on TED Talks about your why. And I'm just going to encourage you, or I like to break it down to its lowest common denominator, even before we go into your goals, is your why. Your why, I do it as an acronym, is WHY. What's hurting you? I'm going to say it again. WHY. What's hurting you? You see, when that why is clear, when that why is big enough, you'll go through the no's. You'll go through the rejection. You'll go through the people that tell you, oh, you're crazy for doing that or still doing that. That's not ever going to work. See, when your why is strong, your why needs to be so strong that you thinking about it. And if it doesn't happen, tears will begin to come to your eyes. It has to happen. You need to have a big why. And that why, it needs to be so big that it causes you to expand your comfort zone. You see, because all of you on the line, you've already made all the money you're going to make within your current comfort zone. Oh my God. Watch this. Draw a little circle for those of you that are taking notes. Draw a circle, a little circle on your page. You didn't know you was going to get this type of training today. Now, on the outside of that circle, draw another circle, a larger one. Now, within that small circle, that first one you drew, the inner one, that's your comfort zone. That's your comfort zone. On the outside of the outer circle, right? That's your panic zone. That's your panic zone. That's your panic zone. There should be a space in between the first circle and the second circle. That would be that little mid space in between the outer of the first and the inner of the second. That's your stretch zone. What you're doing on this call, by being on this call every week, you're stretching. By plugging into everything that Dale went over in the beginning, that the tools, the awesome videos that he's provided for you, oh my God, you're stretching. When you're plugging in and you're staying connected, you're stretching. And with that, your comfort zone begins to enlarge. It pushes your panic zone further. I hope y'all get this. It's so powerful because you've already made all the money you're going to make within your current comfort zone. So a lot of trainers, they just tend to throw you outside of your comfort zone and throw you into the panic zone. We don't do that here. We hold you, right? We work with you. We coach you and encourage you so that you're growing and your comfort zone is getting so large and it can hold a new level of prosperity. It can hold a new level of abundance. Oh my God, I love that. Do you get that? So that's the way your why has to be. I'm sorry. See, Dale asked for it and then they let me go. So this is what happens. So here it is. Go for it, baby. I want to get back to your goals. So now that you got your why, and again, I don't want you to forget what's hurting you. Sally, Esther, Zach, I know you're looking good and you're smiling right now. Anna Rose, Kate, I see you, Apollo. You got that. Oh man, you look so debonair. Warwick, nothing in life is wrong right now. You don't have any cares or concerns. I know I know. We dress it up well. Oh, we do our hair and put it all good. And woo, I know what grandmama told us, you know, when you come out the house, don't let them see you cry. I know what they told you. But what's really hurting you? What is that thing in your life that has to happen? What is that thing that you want to do for your children that wasn't done for you? What is that thing that you need to do for your parents or the head of your family because nobody else in the family seems to be able to do it or to provide for them, to give them the medication that they need? What is that? Or maybe your spouse, God forbid, but maybe your spouse, they need medication and can't even afford it. What is that thing? What's hurting you? You see, that's a big why. And when you have a big why, oh, you'll keep going. You'll keep showing up like Field of Dreams. If you build it, they'll come. And then keep turning on the lights. So once you have that why, over the next 90 days, you set your goals. Dale, they had a story though between a deacon of a Baptist church and a rabbi of Judaism. And the rabbi came and he started to read from the Bible there of the deacon. And the rabbi compared the two teachings. And he said, basically, the books say the same thing. They all come down to two things. One, it says, love your neighbor and love God and love God with all your heart. Basically, these two books say the same thing. And so the rabbi said, so basically everything else is rhetoric. And that's the same way. That's the same way though with goals. Goals, the subject of goals, same thing. Everything else is rhetoric. But when you set a goal, goals, they must be big. And when you set your goal, you must have these steps to them. One, you have to write it down. For all of you on the line, write it down. And I know you have and all of that. I used to have someone on the team, Dale, that we used to really teach about vision boards. And nowadays people really don't, do them the way they used to, but the vision boards. And I can tell you though, my wife looked at hers on the other day and everything that she put on her vision board, 5 years ago though, she looked at it again and said, oh my God, we've traveled there. I got that car. I've already had that car. We got that. It was just crazy. She started to check off everything. I had someone on my team do a vision board, a husband and wife, and they put their vision boards on their ceiling. So it was the last thing they saw when they went to sleep and the first thing they saw in the morning when they woke up. Oh my God. So for everybody on the line, for the sake of time, one, as far as goals, and I know there's so many great trainings on goals, but look, goals. Success without goals. A success is simply goals and everything else is rhetoric. That's what the Jewish rabbi said. Success is goals. Achieving your goals and everything else is rhetoric. So first you write it down. 2, you set a date to it. Set a date to it. 3, you make it measurable. Make it measurable. And you can do that. And Dale is so well versed at setting up. You tell him what your goal is, and let's see how we have to do to break it down from where you are now to where you're going. You measure it out. Now you set a plan to it. What activity are you going to be doing? So 1, you write it down. 2, you set a date. 3, you make it measurable. 4, you make a plan. What are you doing this Saturday? What are you doing this week towards your goal? 5, you take action. You see, because a lot of people, they plan to do it. See, there's a difference there. See, I said 4 was to make a plan, but a lot of people that they make a plan and they don't ever do it. You got to get busy. You got to take action. I think they call it the law of diminishing intent. The law of diminishing intent. It says, the longer that you take to actually do something, the least likely it is that you ever will actually do it. Now, there's also one called avoidance behavior. Avoidance behavior, Dale, is when we're going to make our calls and we get organized. We got to organize our desk and we feel that that's doing work. We organize our list and we want to clean the desk before we do our calls. Oh, you're doing things. Woo! Oh, yeah, I'm busy. That's just been, but that's not, that's avoidance behavior. You're avoiding everything to pick up that phone and go through that list or to start texting people. That's avoidance behavior, which throws you in or under the law of diminishing intent. And it causes you to stay within that current comfort zone. Oh my God. Watch this. Because you've already made all the money you're going to make within your current comfort zone. So 1, you write it down. 2, you set a date. 3, you make it measurable. 4, you make a plan. 5, you take action. 6, Dale said it. Oh my God, you sacrifice. What are you willing to give up to go up? Now, Dale, here's what they used to teach us. The very thing you want is the very thing you're going to have to give up. If you want more time, or if you want time freedom, guess what you're going to have to give up on the front end? Time. If you want more money, guess what you're going to have to give up on the front end? A little money. The very thing you want is the very thing you're going to have to give up. So sacrifice. What are you willing to give up to go up? And you can have fun with it. Anna Rose, Elizabeth, Rosalind, you can have fun with this. Jennifer, Dan, you can have fun with this, because as a team, y'all say, all right, okay, I'm in. I'm not gonna have any more cheesecake until I hit this goal. Or, you can do it. Look, I see Rosalind said, yeah, okay, I'm gonna do it. I was about to say coffee, y'all, but no, I'm not giving up coffee right now. Look here, but plus though we sell coffee, so no, I'm not giving up coffee. But what are you willing to give up to go up? All right, you know what? I'm not gonna watch anymore. Excuse me. No, I don't make an excuse. That damn TV. I'm not gonna watch any more TV. I'm not going to watch those shows. I'm not going to watch any sports. I'm not going to watch any basketball until. What are you willing to give up to go up? You got to sacrifice something. It has to cost you. It isn't permanent. It's temporary. But one of my mentors told me a long time ago that you got to be willing to be temporarily inconvenienced now so you can be permanently lazy later if you want to. My God. So what are you willing to sacrifice? Number 7, daily read your goal out loud. Think and Grow Rich talks about the laws of auto-suggestion, just saying it. And say it in this manner: I am a 25K affiliate. I am the next 100K affiliate. I am the top recruiter on the team in the month of April. I am. You speak in that, but read it aloud every day. I am debt free. I am a lender and not a borrower. Yay. Now, a lot of people that teach goals, they only teach and they stop right there. And over me being in this industry for 30 years, this 8th one that I teach and I have learned is the one that has done it for so many people. Because everybody else, 1, write it down. 2, set a date. 3, you make it measurable. 4, you make a plan. 5, you get busy, take action. 6, you sacrifice. 7, read it out loud every day. 8th one, Affirm it to somebody. Affirm your goal to somebody. Now watch this. One, you should already have a workout partner, someone that you're working out with. And I know Dale has already taught you on that. But I need you, this is the one that brings it together. Because, now watch this. When you affirm it to somebody, you affirm it to somebody. But here's the key, because a lot of people say, all right, yeah, I'm gonna tell somebody, or it's fine. I mean, I can just say it, right? I can just say it out loud, and I'm saying it to the universe, saying it to myself. No. I need you to affirm it to somebody that you can't lie to, because sometimes we even lie to ourselves. Can we keep it real on the call? So no, I need you to find somebody that you can't lie to. I mean, you take your little baby girl and you look your daughter in the face, or you look your spouse in the face and, baby, look, I heard Jim Rohn say that you got to decide, are you going to be a meaningful, specific, or wandering generality? And I got too much purpose in my life. So why are we settling for crumbs when we're sitting at a table fit for a king and a queen? Why do we live in lack? Why aren't we living our dreams? So I'm going to be sacrificing over the next 90 days. Now, look, we going to have food in the house, but I may not cook every night, and we may not be going out to eat every night. But after these 90 days, I'm going to hit 100K. I'm going to hit 100K, and it's going to be worth it. See, what this also does in affirming it to somebody, it kills procrastination. And procrastination is no more than suicide on installment plans. Y'all should write that down. Oh my God. Procrastination is no more than suicide on installment plans. When you affirm it to somebody and you do it in this manner of goal setting, you can't procrastinate. You can't take your name, because now your name is on the line. But now you're doing the proper activity. You're doing the things. You got it planned out. It's measurable. You set a date to it. You're doing the action. It's on the calendar. Open up that calendar. I have people, they tell me goals. They tell me what their goal is. I said, open up your, or they tell me that they're going to be this position. Open up your calendar. I'll tell you what position you're really going to be. We can look at your calendar. It'll tell you if you're really going 25K. It'll tell you if you're going 100K. Your calendar will say it. So because Dale said the 90 days and what to do over the 90 days, I would say that. Because action creates energy. Action creates clarity. So for that last person on the call, I want you to just remember, look, it will happen. That goal, that vision that you saw, it will happen. I was thinking, Dale, because I usually close in a story and all of that and all those types of things. And Dale, though, you and I know I just turned 49. I don't look it, but right, I'm an old soul. I got an old soul, raised by great grandmama, raised right. And the way this business is sometimes, Dan and Warwick and Kate, as we bring the call to a close, the way this business is, Elizabeth, over here in the United States, in the US, we used to have these things called Photo Mart. It was a little blue hut out in the parking lot of the grocery store. And you used to take your camera, you used to take the film out of your camera. This was way before phones. You used to take the film out of your camera and you would go and put it into the Photo Mart to be developed. And you would have to come back in about a week to come back to get your pictures. And that's kind of the way that this business is. So I want you now to get a vision of seeing yourself walk across the stage at the next convention at that position you just put in mind. James Allen said it best. He said that the vision that you glorify in your heart or in your mind, the ideal that you enthrone in your heart, this you will build your life by, this you will become. I'll say it again. The man, James Allen, that wrote, "As a man thinketh, so is he." James Allen said, the vision that you glorify in your mind, the ideal that you enthrone in your heart, this you will build your life by, this you will become. So get that vision of us celebrating you being the next 100K, being the next 25K. Get the vision of your bank account showing that deposit from My Daily Choice. Get that in your head. See it. See it now. Because that vision is just like you saw it, you took the picture of it. And we used to go to the photo mart, take the film out of our camera, and the film had to go to be developed. And it had to go through a dark room sometime. Because some of you on this call, you've been in some dark places. But a delay is not a denial. So I promise you, if you go through the process, that vision is going to be developed. And we used to go back to that photo mart, that little blue shack, and pick up our film. And we would look at the pictures that had been developed. And now we got to experience what we took on the little Canon cameras, the Vivitar cameras. You remember them, Dale. You still got one. We used to, yeah. That's how this business is. You will see it. It will come to pass if you just commit to the process. Other than that, I love you all. God bless you. Take care. Take charge.
Thank you, Jermaine. Fantastic job. Fantastic as always. Couple of things I want to reiterate on from what you said. And, you know, as my speakers speak each week, they always kick something in my head that I have to elaborate on. And I want to, when he was talking about the 90 days, talking to affirming it with somebody that meant something to him, okay? Affirming the action of what he was going to do. Everybody who's ever been successful in network marketing all have one thing in common. They have had 1, 2, 3, or 4 massive 90-day challenges where they just went flat out for 90 days. And the ones that succeeded had one thing in common. Before they started, they sat down with their whole family, their immediate family, the family they live with. And they made a point of sitting down with them and saying, look, I'm about to go on a 90-day, totally focused business surge. I'm going to do this for you. During this 90 days, I'm not going to be available for things that I'm normally available for you. I'm not going to be here for meals. I'm not going to be able to have the time maybe for a school function. What I'm doing this for is for you, for your future, for our future. And you've got to give me this 90 days. But you need, before you get started on something like this, you need your family to understand what you're doing, why you're doing it, and approve of your goal. Okay? You do that. And when you have your family behind you, and as Jermaine said, you have affirmed with them that what you're doing, not only do you now have a burning push in your heart to do this, but your family understands what you're doing and won't come back at you with any negativity during those 90 days. Okay? So very, very important. That's number one. Let me see, I got one more. The other thing I want you to know is somewhere along the way, we're going to be at a convention. You and me are going to be at a convention, whether it's the international convention or it's the regional convention or whatever it is. And you're going to be brought up on stage and acknowledged for the ranks that you're making. And the one thing I'll promise you is when you cross that stage and receive your accolades, standing at the bottom of the stairway as you come off there, I'll be there. and I will be there because I'm so proud of you. Has nothing to do with any financial success I get from what you do. It's because I sincerely, truly want you to all succeed. And I want to be there to give you, and this will be, hopefully we'll be through the pandemic very soon. I want to be able to be there. I want to be able to look you in the eye. I want to be able to give you a hug and congratulate you. And you will know who I am because I'll be the guy waiting at the bottom of the stage with tears running down my face because I'm so proud of what you've achieved and so proud that I've been a small part of that. So having said all that, thank you, Jermaine. Phenomenal job as always. Love you, man. Can't wait until we get together. And for my team, I hope you know by now, I love every one of you. I want you to succeed, and I will do whatever is in my power to help you. So at this point in time, I'm going to end the call. Guys, get out there, make your plan, start your plan, sit down with your family, get ready to build this business, and just realize that a 90-day effort can change the rest of your life. So guys, get out there, do it, and we'll be so proud of you when you finally reach your goals. So that concludes this meeting. Again, if people you have on this didn't make this meeting and want to hear it, it's going to be in the library on my dalefranklin.net. So feel free to borrow it and use it as much as you need. So after having said all that, we're a little bit over. Thank you for your time and have a wonderful week.
Thank you, Dale. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Jermaine.
Bye-bye, everyone.